Good morning students. What are seen in the previous class ma? That is the Lorentz force and motion of a charged particle in a magnetic field, motion of a charged particle in a cross fields, that all are discussed in the previous session. Okay. In the today's session I will explain that the new topic, that is force on a current carrying conductor. Already you learned in the lower classes what is force. What is force means the push or pull any one thing, that the thing it will be moved, that will be called a force. But due to the current carrying conductor, the electrons to be moved, the current will be falling on a conductor, and nearby conductor some force it will be arises. Okay. So the falling current, the flowing current in the conductor, automatically one force it will be created in the conductor. That is the today topic, that is a force on a current carrying conductor. Okay. So first, what is force? What is Lorentz force? Charge is at rest in a magnetic field, no force it will be arises. Okay. One particle, one charge, it will be in a rest position, no force is acts on it in a magnetic field. But the charge it will be moving in a magnetic field, definitely one force it will be arise, that is called Lorentz force. Okay. So the Lorentz force already in the, I explained in the previous videos. Lorentz force F is equal to Q into Vd cross B, that is a charge and drift velocity and magnetic field. Okay. This is the formula for Lorentz force. Okay. So we taking the electrons because we consider as the current carrying conductor. So the current carrying conductor, electron it will be moving. So we have to consider as the charge of one electron. So F is equal to electron flowing. So electron it will be having a negative charge, so minus E, and then Vd vector cross B vector. Okay. So charge with respect of electrons I had to change, that is minus E, charge of one electron is minus, so minus E Vd cross B. Clear ma? Then next we will consider as the n number of turns, number of electrons, not a turns, number of electrons it will be in the conductor we will consider. So number of electrons we just put minus n, minus E and n and Vd cross B. Okay. So first I just change the charge value, and next change the, not a change, it will be I had add the number of electrons in the conductor, that is E into n into V cross B. Then I have to change that n in the form of n. What is the capital N? What is small n ma? Small n means number of electrons in a unit volume. So number of electrons is capital N, unit volume is V. So n is equal to, small n is equal to capital N by V. So number of electrons per unit charge is equal to number of electrons per unit volume. Okay. So number of electrons per unit volume n is equal to capital N by V, and substitute that we want capital N. So capital N is equal to small n into V. What is V? V is a volume. It will be the multiplication of area into length. So n is equal to area and length is dl. So ADL we want to substitute that part. So minus E into n for n A dl and Vd cross B vector. Okay. So instead of n A dl, not small n also, n A dl. So small n and A dl Vd cross B. Okay. Already we know that in the, you learn in the second lesson, current I is equal to N E A V D. This is the formula for formula. It will be relate the drift velocity and current. So current I is equal to N E A V D. N is the number of electrons per unit volume, and E is charge of one electron, A is the area of the conductor, and Vd is the drift velocity. Okay. So I is equal to N E A V D. So we will consider that E is the charge of one electron. So I is equal to minus N E A V D. Okay. So minus N, okay, E A V D. So instead I into I we have to put. So N E A and V D. So instead of E N A V D, I put IDL, including a minus sign, IDL cross B vector, ideal vector cross B vector. So ideal cross B, Already I told that A cross B is equal to in the vector product of A and B is, that is AB sin theta. A cross B is equal to A vector cross B vector is equal to AB sin theta and n cap. Already you learned in the 11th standard second lesson. So vector product of two terms, it will be equal to AB and sin of angle between the two vectors. So that is ideal cross B is ideal BDL sin theta. BIDL sin theta. So A cross B is equal to ideal B. So BIDL sin theta. We had that the force, it will be considered as DL. So in the left hand side we are also considered as DF. Because change in length is there, so it will be left hand side we have to consider a change in force. So DF is equal to BIDL sin theta. So we want F is equal to BIL sin theta. This is the force, it will be acting on a current carrying conductor. Force is equal to BIL sin theta. Clear? This is a formula for force acting on a current carrying conductor. So F is equal to BIL sin theta. Now we are considered as one conductor. Okay, that the conductor, it will be along the magnetic field, along the direction of magnetic field. Taking the two cases, case one is the conductor, it will be along the, it will be aligned or along, it will be parallel along the, will be parallel to the magnetic field, will be parallel to the magnetic field. Theta angle is 0. So theta 0, so sin theta value is 0. So no force it will be acting. So the force it will be equal to 0. So one conductor, it will be located in the parallel to the magnetic field, force value it will be 0. And case 2 is one conductor, it will be perpendicular to the magnetic field. The conductor, it will be perpendicular to the magnetic field. Conductor, it will be perpendicular to the magnetic field. So theta value is 90. So sin 90 value is sin 90. So sin 90 value is F is equal to BIL. So F is equal to BIL. Okay, this is the two cases, and case one is we taking the conductor, we had considered the one conductor, that the conductor it will be parallel to the magnetic field, theta equal to 0, so F is equal to 0. Force it will be acting on the conductor, it will be 0. Second case is the conductor, it will be perpendicular to the magnetic field, theta is 90, so sin 90 it will be 1, so force is equal to BIL. Okay, so this is the two formulas, it will be by using the two cases, we had considered two cases. Okay, so this is the force is acting on a current carrying conductor. How did derive that, ma? First we have to consider as a Lorentz force, F is equal to Q into Vd cross B. So Q is a charge. We will consider the charge of the electron. So the electron charge is negative. So minus E Vd cross B. Clear? Then number of electrons in the conductor we also consider. So E into N into Vd cross B. And then N is number of electrons in the conductor. So small n is equal to number of electrons per unit volume, small n is equal to number of electrons per unit volume. So we had changed the n is equal to cap small n into V. V is volume. So volume is equal to area into length. So A into dl. So n is equal to n into A into dl. We substitute the n value in this equation. So E n A dl Vd cross B. Clear? Then E N A Vd is the formula for current. So ideal not a int cross ideal cross B. So this is a way easily convert BIDL sin theta. So because A cross B is equal to AB sin theta, so BIDL sin theta. Clear? So DF is equal to BIDL sin theta, but F is equal to BIL, because differentiation term is the left hand side and the right hand side also. We will consider smart form or not a differentiate form, normal form. F is equal to BIL into sin theta. This is the force this will be acting on a current carrying conductor. Now we will consider as Fleming left hand rule. Okay, Fleming's left hand rule. So we will consider 3 fingers on your left hand, okay, thumb, middle and forefinger. We consider 3 fingers, stretch your 3 fingers in your left hand, okay. Maximum 3 it will be mutually perpendicular with one another, okay. 3 it will be 1 to 1 another, perpendicular with one another. Then stretch the 3 fingers in your left hand. At the time, the 4 finger represents the magnetic field. 4 finger represents the direction of magnetic field, and middle finger represents the direction of current flowing in the conductor, and thumb finger it will be indicates that it will be represents the direction of force it will be created in a current carrying conductor, or direction of force will be due to the current carrying conductor. This is the Fleming's left hand rule, will be said by Fleming, okay, Alexander Fleming. The Fleming it will be tells the rule about the force on a current carrying conductor. Fleming left hand rule is stretch your 4 finger and middle finger and thumb finger are mutually perpendicular with one another, and 4 finger it will be represents the direction of magnetic field, middle finger it will be represents the direction of current, and thumb finger it will be represents the direction of force it will be acting on current carrying conductor. That is the Fleming left hand rule, okay. Next we will go for force between long parallel current carrying conductor. 2 long parallel current carrying conductors. So we will consider 2 conductors, okay. 2 conductors it will be separated between the distance r, okay. The 2 conductors, the I current it will be flowing on a conductor is A conductor, and I2 current it will be flowing on the B conductor. So A conductor is carrying the I1 current, and B conductor it will be carrying the I2 current. Clear? So the 2 conductors will be located at a distance, particular distance, that is r. Clear ma? So that the 2 conductors it will be separated at a distance, that the way the magnetic field it will be created in the one conductor, and magnetic field it will be created at the second conductor, it will be overlap with one another, because the force it will be arises in between the 2 long parallel current carrying conductor. Clear? So first the current I1 it will be flowing on a conductor. We will consider that we will calculate the B1 magnetic field. Clear? So B1 magnetic field is already in the previous session long straight conductor formula is there. We get derived that the formula is mu naught I by 2 pi r. So in this question also B1 is equal to mu naught, current is I1, so mu naught I1 by 2 pi r, but we taking the negative x-axis because we have to consider the Cartesian coordinate axis, that is x, that is y and z, okay. The conductor it will be located in a z-axis, magnetic field created in a negative x-axis. So negative x-axis automatically the unit vector for x-axis I cap. So negative x-axis minus I cap. Clear? So mu naught I1 by 2 pi r minus I cap. Then we want to calculate the force. So how to calculate the force? dF is equal to, change in force is equal to second conductor. The force it will be applied on a second conductor. Current I1 it will be flowing on a first conductor. Magnetic field will be created, that the magnetic force it will be acting on the second conductor. So second conductor is the I2 current it will be flowing, and current element is dl vector cross B1 magnetic field. So B1 vector. This is the vector form, that only I2 dl vector into B1 vector it will be mentioned, okay. It is mentioned. So I2 dl vector cross B1 vector. Substitute the B1 vector value, magnetic field value, that is mu naught I1 by 2 pi r, but B1 is z-axis based, the B1 vector it will be created. So z-axis based means k vector. So k cap, okay, k cap. What's the meaning? That current it will be falling on a z-axis, that is a long straight conductor. Magnetic field created in a x-axis, but first negative x-axis and positive x-axis. ஒரு வயரில் கரண்ட் போகும்போது the current it will be falling on z-axis based, but the magnetic field will be created in a concentric circles, that it will be acting on a x-axis. Sometimes the negative x-axis, sometimes the positive x-axis. First the magnetic field will be created in the first conductor, it will be in the negative x-axis. So negative x-axis means mu naught I1 by 2 pi r minus I cap. So I2 dl vector cross B1 vector. So I2 dl B1 is mu naught I1 by 2 pi r k cap into I cap. So negative sign it will be taken as the in front of the whole terms. So negative I2 dl and B1 is mu naught I1 by 2 pi r, k cap is there and cross I cap. Clear ma? So now minus mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r into dl into k cap cross I cap is equal to, all of you remember that, k cap cross I cap in the vector product, two unit vectors we have take the vector product, the answer is another one vector product, sorry, another one unit vector k cross I, the another one is j. So k cap cross I cap is equal to j cap. This is the vector product of unit vector of z and x axis, that is j cap. So just k cross I is equal to j cap. Clear? So this is the formula for force. It will be created on a second conductor by the first conductor. Clear? So df is equal to mu naught I by I1 I2 into dl by 2 pi r into j cap. Now we want only f. So f is equal to, differentiation part is there in the left side and as well as the right side. We had to ignore that. So f is equal to minus mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi r into j cap. Now we want to calculate force. It will be acting unit length. Force it will be acting on a unit length of the conductor. So unit length of the conductor we want to calculate f by L. So f by L minus mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r. So L cancel, the numerator term L is there and denominator term L is there into j cap. Okay, L cancel, balance term is f by L is equal to, force it will be acting per unit length, f by L is equal to mu naught minus mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r into j cap. Okay, L cancel, balance mu naught I1 I2 2 pi r into j cap. So this is the force it will be acting on a conductor B. Okay, force it will be the current it will be falling on a conductor, magnetic field will be created, that the magnetic field is giving the force on the conductor B. Okay, now the I2 current it will be falling on the B2 conductor, B conductor, that the way the force it will be acting inverse, and then B1 the force B1 magnetic field it will be acting inverse, magnetic field it will be acting inverse. Inverse means the force it will be acting inverse, inward act term. Okay, but this is the time the force it will be acting, the magnetic field it will be acting outwards. So second is B2 vector is equal to, B2 vector is equal to mu naught I2 by 2 pi r into normally x axis, because it will be, the magnetic field will be acting outwards. So outward means it will be completely based on the positive x axis. So positive x axis means normally put I cap. Okay, so because it will be acting outwards and positive x axis. Okay, so outwards and positive x axis, that is the magnetic field will be created in the second conductor. Now we want to calculate the force it will be acting on a conductor. dF is equal to, force it will be acting on a conductor, dF is equal to, that is the I1 dl vector. Now magnetic field will be created in a second conductor, it will be applying the force on the first conductor. So I2 mu naught, sorry, I1 dl vector cross B2 vector, okay, into k cap. Clear? Because B1 we consider the second conductor we will choose. The second conductor is I1 I2 dl into B1. The magnetic field it will be applying the force on the second conductor, that is. Okay. So second one is magnetic field will be created in the second conductor, it will be giving the force on the first conductor. Okay. So that is the dF is equal to I1 dl cross B2 vector into k cap. So now we substitute the B2 vector formula, B2 vector derivation part, that is B2 is I1 dl and mu naught I2 by 2 pi r, okay, that is I cap cross k cap, or k cap cross I cap, anything, k cap cross I cap, anything. So I dl, I1 dl mu naught I2 by 2 pi r. So df is equal to mu naught I1 I2 dl by 2 pi r into j cap. Okay, mu naught I1 I2 dl by 2 pi r into j cap. Now, so we want to calculate df. So instead of df we put f. Just we consider f, not a differentiate part of f. So df is equal to mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi r into j cap. J cap means cross product of I cap cross I cap and k cap is equal to j cap. So mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi r. Now we want to calculate force is acting per unit length. Force is will be acting per unit length is equal to mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi r into L. So L cancel. So F by L is equal to F by L is equal to mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r into k cap. This is the force it will be created by the second conductor on first conductor. Okay, we check the two derivation part, that is F by L is equal to minus mu naught I1 I2 L, sorry, minus mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r into j cap, that is negative, that is positive. So both the values it will be equal, but it will be in opposite with one another. So it will be attract with each other. Okay, so two force it will be created in a magnet, created in a conductor, that the force it will be in having it will be attractive because what's the meaning, that the current I1 I2 it will be falling in a same direction. So when the force it will be attractive, when the force it will be repulsive. The force it will be attractive means when the force it will be attractive, force is attractive when the two conductors, the current it will be falling on a two conductor is same, is going to the same direction. So current I1 and I2 it will be moving in the same direction, and then force it will be repulsive when the force it will be repulsive, I1 and I2 are moving in a different directions, opposite directions, not a different, opposite direction. So current it will be falling in the same direction, the force it will be created between the two conductors is attractive, that is attractive force it will be created in between the two conductors. But the current it will be falling on the first conductor and second conductor, it will be in opposite with one another. That the time the force it will be created between the two conductors is repulsive. Okay, this is the force it will be created, or force it will be acting between the long parallel current carrying conductor. Okay, we had considers the two conductors, that is A and B, that the conductor will be located at a particular distance, that is R, and I1 current will be falling on the first conductor and I2 current will be falling on the second conductor. For falling on the first conductor, the magnetic field will be created in the first wire and magnetic field will create in the second wire. So the B1 and B2, clear? So first we can consider magnetic field is created in the first conductor, that is B1 is equal to the magnetic field it will be acting inverse. So we have considered as minus x direction. So mu naught I1 by 2 pi r, this is the formula for magnetic field it will be created in a long straight conductor. So it is the mu naught I1 by 2 pi r minus x axis, that is the also magnetic field it will be acting inverse, so minus I cap, and then force it will be acting on a conductor, magnetic field B1 it will be create a force on the second conductor. So that is I2 dl vector cross B1 vector. So I2 dl and mu naught I1 by 2 pi r into k cap cross I cap. Okay, so the k cap cross I cap is j cap. So minus mu naught I1 I2 dl by 2 pi r. Okay, so minus mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r into j cap. So we want calculate force by unit length. So force by unit length is equal to minus mu naught I1 I2 L by 2 pi r into L. So LL cancel. So F by L is equal to minus mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r into J cap. So B2, that's the same way the magnetic field will be created in a second vector, second conductor. That's also first we get considers the magnetic field will be created in a second conductor, that is will be the magnetic field will be acting outwards. So we taking the positive x-axis. So then force it will be acting on a second conductor. dF is equal to I1 dl, the current falling on a first conductor per unit length. It will be applying the force on first conductor. Sorry, the magnetic field will be applying the force on the first conductor, that is cross B2 vector cross k cap. Then substitute the B2 value and we get the F value, and then F value is divided by L because the force it will be acting per unit length we want to calculate. So F by L is equal to not a minus, mu naught I1 I2 by 2 pi r into k cap. That's we have to compare the two force it will be acting on a conductor, that the two force it will be equal but in the opposite with one another, so it will be easily attractive. So two conductors are having the currents in the same direction, current will be falling on a conductor in the same direction, the force it will be acting between the two conductors is attractive, and then the force it will be in between the two conductors when the currents in the first conductor and second conductor it will be in the opposite direction. Okay, so current same direction of folachna force is attractive, current opposite direction of folachna force is repulsive. Clear? So this is the force between the long parallel current carrying conductor. Okay, now the torque on a current loop. Okay, we consider one loop is it will be closed. So the current will be falling on four sides, that a conductor torque it will be experienced. What is torque? Torque on a current loop. What is torque? Torque is nothing but the force it will be acting in a particular area. The force it will be acting in a particular area means we turning a tape or we tighten the screw or anything. We apply the force, but the thing it will be moving in a rotation motion. So rotating effect of force it will be called as torque. So we apply the force on the one body, the force it will be move the object in a rotation motion. That the rotating effect of force it will be called as torque. Okay. So torque on a current loop we want to calculate. So torque on a current loop that the torque it will be applied in various daily life usage, various equipments in daily life. So for example motors. So motors is working on the basis of the torque, it will be acting on a current loop. Okay. So motor operation it will be completely based on the torque. Okay. So we have consider one rectangular conductor. Okay. That the rectangular conductor in motors, in that the rectangular conductor it will be keeping between the two horseshoe magnets, two permanent magnets it will be used the two sides, and one rectangular plate it will be moving up and down. That the way motor it operate. Motor operation it will be completely it will be based on the rectangular plate, it will be rotating in between the two magnets. Okay. So in this question also we had considers one rectangular loop, that the rectangular loop having one holding part, the holding part is A and B, and the loop having the four corners, that is B, Q, O, S. Okay. Now consider as the magnetic field will be falling left to right. Okay. Sometimes the loop it will be parallel with the magnetic field, sometimes that the loop it will be perpendicular with the magnetic field. Okay. So when the time it will be parallel to the magnetic field, and what is the force it will be created in the loop, and then perpendicular to the magnetic field, what's the torque it will be acting on the loop, that it will be considered, that it will be calculated. Okay. So first we consider as the BQ arm. Okay. BQ arm. The plate it will be having the rectangular plate is in this form. Okay. So the plate it will be moving in this inclined part. Okay. So we first consider the B, Q or S. We consider this side and X, this side and X, this side and X, this side. First we consider this side, it is a BQ. BQ, it will be in the inclination part of the magnetic field. Some angle will be formed is in between the magnetic field and the current loop. And n vector, it will be specified the perpendicular direction. One line, it will be drawn the plane of the rectangular plate, drawn perpendicular to the plane of the rectangular loop. Rectangular loop perpendicular or line draw பண்றதா normal line. Okay. Then first consider the PQ arm. The force, it will be acting on a BQ arm. Force BQ is equal to, normally the force acting on a conductor formula is BIL. Okay. BIL. IL is the length. So the force, it will be acting on a conductor. BIL length is the length of the conductor. This side, the length of the conductor is A. Okay. This side, the length of the conductor is A. So we put BIA for the length of the conductor. A sin pi by 2 is equal to, sin pi by 2 value is 1 because sin 180 by 2 is sin 90. So sin 90 value is 1. This is the time, the angle we denoted as 90 degree because this is the perpendicular with the normal line. So angle, it will be considered as 90. So angle 90 sin 90 1. So force, it will be acting on a BQ arm is equal to BAI. Now we consider QR arm. QR is there. Okay, QR is there. The force, it will, when the force, it will be we want to calculate a torque, but first you should calculate the force, it will be acting on the four sides. Next, add all the forces will be acting on the conductor. Next, we want to easily calculate the torque, it will be acting on a conductor. So first BQ already calculated, and now we will go for QR. So QR arm, force QR is equal to BIL. So L is the length of the QR arm is B. So BBI sin pi by 2 minus theta. So that is BIB sin 90 minus theta. Sin 90 minus theta cos theta. Because first we consider the arm, it will be in an inclined portion. That it will be perpendicular with one another, already inclined portion. The balance term is 90 minus theta. Balance angle, it will be calculated from the first normal line, that is pi by 2 minus theta, that is 90 minus theta. So first angle is 90, next 90 minus theta, again 90, after 90 plus theta. So 90 minus theta, so pi by 2 minus 90 minus theta, sin 90 minus theta, that is called cos theta. So BI cos theta. Now we consider as RS arm. BQ, QR and RS arm. Okay. RS arm, the length is RS arm, the length is A or B ma. That is also A, not a B. The RS arm, the length is A. So IAB sin 90. Because that the two plates, it will be inclined with one, it will be perpendicular with one another. The magnetic field will be going this side. So that the angle is 90. Then a downside part 90 minus theta, upside part 90 plus theta. Clear ma? So the loop, it will be perpendicular with the magnetic field. So BQ and RS sides, the angle is 90, and the downside part, the angle is 90 minus theta. The upside part, the angle is 90 plus theta. Clear? So first 90, the RS is moving to the downside term. So BQ FRS is equal to BAI sin 90 minus sin 90, not a sin 90 minus theta, 90 is equal to sin 90, value is 1. So BBI. Clear? Then FSP. FSP means the fourth arm. The force, it will be acting on a SP arm. FSP is equal to BBI sin 90 plus theta. So pi by 2 plus theta. So 90 plus theta also, sin 90 plus theta also cos theta. So BBI cos theta. Clear? This is the four arms, the force to be calculated. The rectangular loop having the four arms. Okay. I had considered the four arms and calculated the force, it will be acting on each arms. Now we check what are the force it will be created in a four arms, that it will be equal or opposite. That is, it will be whether it will be equal or not, that it will be checked. Okay. The first we consider the BQ and FRS. FPQ and FRS, it will be in equal but in opposite direction. Not opposite direction or a different direction. BQ, where is PQ? that is BQ, that is RS. Force it will be created in a two arms, it will be equal but in opposite to be in a vertical positions, and RS and SP, sorry, PQ, FQR and FSP, FQR and FSP. FQR, where is FQR? That is the terms. That the two terms, it will be force will be created, and but it will be going in a straight line. That it will be opposite with one another, but it will be moving in a straight line because the arm is there, that arm is there, the normal line is there. All are lying in the same directions. So that the two forces, it will be FQR and FSP, that the two terms, the force it will be acting equal but in same direction. But the force will be created in a BQ arm and RS arm, it will be equal but in opposite. Automatically one force it will be acting forward, upward, one force it will be acting downward. The two forces it will be created in one moment of couple, that is called torque. Okay, so two forces, one force it will be acting upward, another force it will be acting downward. Okay, that the two forces it will be in a different direction, that it will be moving automatically, it will be create a rotating effect, a turning effect, it will be create some torque in the rectangular loop. So now consider the torque. So, okay, so torque on BQ, because that the two sides will be create the torque, rotating effect. So that the two terminals we consider torque BQ is equal to FPQ into perpendicular distance. What's the formula for torque, ma? Force into perpendicular distance. So force on BQ into perpendicular distances, that is the perpendicular distance. Perpendicular distance, it will be mentioned, that is the breadth of the rectangular loop. Breadth it will be considered as a B. So in the middle part is normal vector or normal line. The distance between the one side to middle part is B by 2 and middle part to another side is B by 2. So now we want to calculate the perpendicular distance. How will you calculate the perpendicular distance? Theta angle is there. Okay, so theta we consider as a sin theta value is there. Sin theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. Clear? So opposite side we consider as O. Now the point is O, now the point is A. So opposite side is OA and hypotenuse is B by 2. So now we want OA only. So that is the perpendicular distance. OA is equal to B by 2 sin theta. Okay. So the perpendicular distance OA is equal to, so the one hypotenuse sides into sin theta. So B by 2 into sin theta. Okay. This is the perpendicular distance. We substitute the perpendicular distance in the torque formula. Perpendicular distance is force it will be acting on a BQ is BAI. Okay, force it will be acting on a arm BQ is BAI into perpendicular distance is B by 2 sin theta. So that is one. And another one torque, it will be acting on arm RS arm. That the force it will be acting upward, that the force it will be acting downward. It will be create the torque on the conductor. The torque it will be acting on the second arm. Tau RS is equal to FRS into perpendicular distance. Okay, FRS is equal to BAI and perpendicular distance as well as B by 2 sin theta. Okay, that is the torque on BQ, torque on RS. Okay, now consider as the total torque. It will be acting on the two arms. How will you calculate the total torque? The total torque tau PQ is equal to tau total is equal to tau PQ plus tau RS. Okay, so substitute two values, that is a BAI, B by 2 sin theta and B by 2 sin theta. B by 2 plus B by 2, that is normal B, because 2B by 2. So 2B by 2, 2 cancel, that is B sin theta. So B sin theta and B sin theta. So formula it will be BAI into B by 2 sin theta plus BAI into B by 2 sin theta. So the two terms it will be having B by 2 and B by 2. So add the B by 2 plus B by 2, that is 2B by 2, that is 2 cancel, that is B. So easily substitute the BAI. Okay, B and sin theta. Okay, so two times that the term is there. So 2 into B A I B sin theta, 2 to cancel. So B A I B sin theta. Okay. So that is L into B, sorry, A into B is the length into breadth. Okay. The length into breadth, it will be considered as area. Area formula is length into breadth. So B A B I sin theta. So this is the torque. It will be acting on a rectangular loop in between the magnetic fields. So magnetic field la or loop irukumbodhu adha create agura torque. So total torque is equal to A B I sin theta. A is area, B is the magnetic field, I is current, and theta is the angle between the arms. Okay. So A B I sin theta. Now consider two cases. One is the loop, it will be parallel to the magnetic field. The loop will be perpendicular to the magnetic field. The loop, it will be parallel to the magnetic field. It will be parallel to the magnetic field. Parallel. So angle is theta is 90. So parallel to the magnetic field loop, it will be parallel to the magnetic field is angle is 90. So angle 90, automatically the loop, it will be parallel to the magnetic field. Torque is maximum, that is because angle is 90. Sin 90 value is 90. So sin 90 value is 1. So loop, it will be parallel to the magnetic field, torque is maximum. Loop, it will be perpendicular to the magnetic field, perpendicular to the magnetic field, perpendicular to the magnetic field, torque is minimum. Minimum means minimum or 0. Mostly 0 and minimum. When the angle is 0 or 180. Angle is 0 or 180. So sin 0, 0, sin 180 also 0. So torque tau is equal to minimum when the loop, it will be perpendicular to the magnetic field. So this is the way easily calculate the torque on a current loop. Torque on a current loop easily calculate. First we consider as the one rectangular loop, B 4 ohm is there, BQ, QR, RS and SP, and first we want to calculate the force, it will be acting on each arms. Okay. So first we consider as BQ arm, we calculate one force, the angle is 90, and BQ arm and RS arm, the angle is 90, but QR and SP, QR is the angle is 90 minus theta, and SP the angle is 90 plus theta. That the way easily calculate the force, it will be acting on each arm in a rectangular loop. Now we want to calculate the torque, it will be acting on each arm, or torque, it will be acting on when the torque, it will be created in a rectangular loop. The two forces, it will be acting in the two arms, it will be opposite with one another, it will be automatically create the turning effect, it will be automatically create the torque. So torque tau is equal to force in the perpendicular distance. So we substitute the force value, and perpendicular distance is b by 2 sin theta. Substitute that value. So easily calculate the torque, it will be acting on BQ, and torque, it will be acting on RS. And then we add the total torque, we add the two torque, we get the total torque, it will be acting on the rectangular loop. Total torque is equal to tau PQ plus tau RS is equal to, that is BAIB sin theta. So AB is area, so substitute the AB sin ABI sin theta. So torque, when the torque, it will be maximum, when the torque, it will be minimum. The loop, it will be parallel to the magnetic field, the torque, it will be maximum. The loop, it will be perpendicular to the magnetic field, means the torque, it will be acting on a loop is minimum. Okay. So now in the today's session I explained force on a current conductor and Fleming left hand rule, and force between long parallel current carrying conductor and torque on a current loop. Okay. So today home assignment is okay, learn and write force between a long parallel current carrying conductor. Okay, learn and write force between long parallel current carrying conductor. Thank you.